When people want to acquire properties, one of the things that they're expected to do is to conduct what we call due diligence. So due diligence is checking to be sure that the title you want to acquire is a good root of title and is one without any form of encumbrances whatsoever. There's no problem on the land, there's no litigation on the land, nobody is saying that this is my family land and another family is fighting for the same land you want to acquire. So we do all manner of searches. There's land search, corporate search, sometimes we search in courts to see if there's any litigation on the property. Sometimes you would also want to visit places like the town planning authorities to be sure that some of the places that the place you want to acquire is not under government acquisition. So if a place is under government acquisition, if in the plan, if the original plan of the state, that place is meant to maybe to be a railway station, or maybe there's supposed to be a rail line or there's a power line, and someone sells that kind of property to you, you might be in some form of trouble with the government later, because when the government wants to do whatever it is in their original plan, they can pull down your property. So you want to try as much as possible to check and be sure that all those searches are done for you by a legal practitioner, and they certify the root of title as good, and then they also check to be sure that there's no encumbrances whatsoever. So encumbrances is just the typical what we call wahala in Yoruba language. It means that there will be some sort of challenges, some people questioning your root of title once you acquire the property. So before you drop your money, before you give your money out to anybody, make sure that, in fact, before documentation, what usually happens is that people go out there, they do their negotiations, and all they are looking out for a lawyer for is just to do legal documentation for them. I bought this land, please can you help me prepare, say, land agreement, deed of assignment, and all of that. But before you go ahead to do that, you should actually conduct what we call due diligence. So this is reaching out to a legal practitioner to say, please let me conduct a search in so places. Of course, it is a paid service. Let me conduct a search in so places, and let me see whether this is a good investment for my money, so that you don't lose money, because a lot of scams also go around when it comes to land, land transactions. So you want to find out to be sure that you are not buying a non-existent title for whatever it is worth. Once you are paid money, once you are giving out value, it becomes very, very difficult to retrieve back your money. And if you are having problem with the property, you might need to start, some families will say, pay again for this, pay again for this is a family land you bought from the wrong part of the side of the family, and all of that. So you want to tick all of the boxes of when it comes to legal due diligence, to be sure that you are not just wasting your money, be sure that you are not buying fake, you are not buying something that does not exist. And that makes a whole lot of difference for you, because if for whatever it is worth, you have paid very little money to get searches done, and you have done it, and somehow you see that there's some sort of problems with the property, you would have saved money and saved yourself from a whole lot of headaches on losing money, than if you now start having problems after. So your due diligence should be done prior to even negotiating with anybody as to the price of the property you want to buy and all of that. So your lawyer is going to be asking them, let me see the documents. They're going to be examining the documents to be sure that the documents are proper, they are not fake documents. They are going to be checking through. In other instances, they even have to do physical inspection. They will go to where the property is located, they check the topography, check all of the. Sometimes they have to work in conjunction with people like valuers, people like estate managers, people like surveyors, to check out and be sure that yes, this is a valid title, and it's not a land that someone else is claiming. Merely visiting a place and asking neighbors questions, so who is the owner of this place, when last did you see this person, and all can reveal a whole lot. So you want to make sure to talk to a lawyer first before you acquire property. If you are acquiring from a company too, there are a whole lot of boxes to tick to be sure that the person that is selling has the right to sell, to be sure that there's no other thing in their memat they're supposed to have done, like more like a precondition before you can acquire property from the company. So there's a whole lot you need to check out for. So my advice usually is that you should meet a lawyer first. Yes, you want to acquire a property, or you want to invest in a property, you are interested in a property. Before you meet the buyer or the representative of buyer, it is good to meet a lawyer to say, please let me conduct a search. They will do an independent search on the property and then give you all of the required documentation as to the property, search reports. They will give you whatever reports they come up with, and then you can now make an informed decision that yes, I want to go ahead, having seen that the title is valid, or whatever questions I have, whatever reservations, they are already sorted, before you can now go ahead and say yes, let me acquire the property. So that you don't start losing money, because you're trying to avoid paying for searches and now start losing huge investments. It's very important that you talk to a lawyer first to conduct due diligence for you before you drop money, or before you start even negotiating the price of the property you want to acquire. That's very important. Thank you very much.